are back at Lucky Strike Lakeville, just minutes from the Twin Cities. It's time to crown a champion at the 17th World Series of Bowling in the Chameleon Championship. 4 bowlers left, only one will take home the trophy. In the semifinals, top-seeded Jason Belmonte will take on the 5th seed Kyle Sherman. And the 6th seed Santtu Tahvanainen goes head-to-head with 2 seed Darren Tang. In his first ever show as a two-hander all the way to the semifinals. Welcome back alongside the Hall of Famer Chris Barnes. I'm Dave Ryan. Final 4 here. Barnesy in our Chameleon Championship. This should be fun.
This should be great. And we have some pretty big advantages, some interesting storylines. Belmo's kind of back, really. Since his break, he's been fantastic since then. He's going to get Sherman, though, and Sherman had probably the better look on the fresh. Match number 2, Tang versus Santtu. I'm sure Santtu likes bowling second. He'd much rather bowl on the burn than on the fresh.
This is the World Series of Bowling. International stars are here in the Final 4. Let's recap quarterfinal action here, Chris, with quarterfinal number 1.
Yeah, number 1, and guess who? The world's greatest of the last generation for sure here is back at it again on the Chameleon pattern for the 4th time trying to be. But Sherman, who has had all the answers so far, was just looking to throw 10 shots and get out of here. Well, he's going to throw 30 of them at least. So, been great through 2 matches. And then Santtu, the big, powerful Finn, maybe the most powerful bowler to ever come out of Scandinavia. He is owning the lanes right now. 2 big games. Had some good breaks in the first one, bowled a great second match. Followed by Captain Comeback. The two-hander now bowled the biggest game of the second round and took down, there you go, Book Kroll, the biggest game from the first round. So I'm not sure he wants to go to his spare shooting, but the rest of it was fantastic.
Belmo on top seed. 2:15 game for him. In these conditions, what adjustments to see Jason making to try for a bigger score?
I wouldn't be surprised if he throws urethane on the fresh this time around. As you can see here, he's throwing it in practice. He's on that right pair, I believe, which is the one that Boog had so much success on early on, following Sherman, who also bowled great on it. So I think he's going to throw urethane. I think he's going to be a handful. Sherman's going to be right there on top of him. The start stops can't be great for Kyle in his back right now, and he'll have his hands full for sure.
Kyle Sherman knocked off Jacob Buttrip, 206-181. Next up for Sherm, one of the greatest of all time, Belmo Sherman, semifinal number 1, is coming up next on CBS Sports Network.
The PBA World Series of Bowling on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Go Bowling. For friends and family fun, head to gobowling.com to find a center near you.
Back in Lakeville, oil pattern, the Chameleon, 39 feet. Chris, break it down for us.
Well, what you're going to see is urethane basically right through here in the first match, and then Santtu is going to move to probably 4th arrow and try and go around it once there's some breakdown there. But it looks like both Belmonte and Sherman are going to go with the same plan that they did the first time around. We're not using right pair, left pair. We're using the 2 middle lanes. The key will be that left lane, as that pair seems like it hooks a little more in the front and a little tighter down lane.
All right, we'll sign the conditions here. That trophy's on the line. Becky Hanrahan won the Cheetah last night. Belmo will start head-to-head with Kyle Sherman from the broadcast booth to the lanes, trying for his first title of the year. Challenging conditions. First couple of rounds. Lower scores. Belmo 215, Sherman a 206 in his last match after 244 for Kyle against Riley Woodard to begin play. 5th seed against the legend, top-seeded Jason Belmonte. Single elimination semifinal matches. The championship match for the Cheetah title is a race to 2.
Based off what we've seen so far, I'm not surprised to see Jason start so he can finish on that lane, on what is now the right lane, which is the better of the 2. All right.
Didn't like it.
Little distraction off to the right as the crowd gets settled back down in after the break.
What gets us going in the semis? High hit, 3-6-10.
As you can see, it goes high here through the face, not leaving the 9-pin, which is a good break at this point, which we saw earlier. But
Tony, it's been reset.
So pins have been reset here, as Belmonte points out to Tony Lanning, our tournament director. We'll have to put the 3-6-10 back up for Belmonte.
Same as we saw earlier. It must have been on second cycle from the practice session.
2011, 2019, 2020 champion in this event. The Chameleon throughout his incredible career. 15 majors, that's an all-time PBA Tour record. Every edition of the World Series of Bowling. 3 World Championship titles. 8 overall at WSOB for Belmonte. These numbers are staggering.
He has bowled all of them, which helps, but nonetheless, no one's other than EJ is anywhere close.
All right, pin's been respotted. Watch out, and a miss of the 3-pin early for Belmonte. Facing
A lot of
distraction there, but great Jason Belmonte. Shows he's human. All right, so Kyle Sherman watching all that. Fighting severe back problems we talked about top of the broadcast. He wasn't sure he'd compete in this Chameleon. About 2 hours prior, he told me, I'm not going to do it. I don't think I can. A lot of stretching.
Sheesh. Yeah, a lot of things going on here. You got some issues on the left lane. You got a different pace of play. Everything's kind of changed now. It's kind of quiet in here.
Kyle Sherman. Getting worse. 2-pin just for Kyle this time.
Oh, we cleaned the wrong one. That's pretty good.
Said he clicked the wrong one. We talked about ball. I assume that's what he was talking about. Lots of times with urethane, you re-hit them with just a touch of the same surface that had on it before each time, in between each game, as it's another round. So you're allowed to do that.
That's the mark. A bit slow to the gate here. Get this match going.
Yeah.
Wins over Riley Woodard and Jacob Buttriff for Kyle to get this far. Second frame, trip 10-pin.
Better shot. This is a great shot. Go over 12, just around the tracer there on the 9th board. And you'll watch that. Belmonte may be able to get away with getting a little further right of that just because of his higher rev rate and speed control.
Belmonte got early off the open. Didn't like that one out of his hands for good reason. 2-pin.
He's opted to be a little firmer too.
Good night. Considering.
Just not as locked in as we've seen him in earlier spots right now. He's more aware of everything going on right now, and guy who's really good at blocking things out on a regular basis.
That's the mark.
Shall we
Belmonte, we
restart?
talked about, has won this event 3 times. How about back to 2011, November 19th of that year? WSOB 3, South Point Hotel Casino in Vegas. Chameleon Championship final match. Belmonte got by the Hall of Famer Sean Rash, 268-191. Belmonte's second career PBA title after winning the 09 Long Island Classic. A young Jason Belmonte. Who knew then how great he would be?
The second title is often the most important title for a lot of guys because it's kind of the, I've proven it. And you can see the arsenal right here. He has some pretty strong balls. Right now he's going with the IQ Tour 78. Used a monsoon a lot to get there in the other center. Face to a rock star at the top.
His third frame. Much better.
Yeah, better speed there. First one was considerably firmer than that. Just got to dial into what feel he wants to go with. What options?
Talked about Belmonte being 8th on the points list. 4th at the TOC for Belmonte this year, checking Sherman's arsenal.
Also with IQ Tour 78. Also with Rockstar in mind, but he's got a Bionic above that. The go-to ball on the tour this year for the guys with a thumb in it on the Storm staff.
Oh, don't split.
4-pin.
Ooh, take 9.
Didn't like that in his hand.
Yeah, that was just like Belmo said. That's a good 9 right there. Belmo was firm, a little right of target. That was left of target. Actually, it was closer to catching a trip 4 than I think he would have ever imagined early on. So with a spare here, we'll still have the lead no matter what Belmonte does in the 4th frame. But to take that as a win at this point.
Ninth-year pro trying for his 3rd career PBA Tour title. Having the back problems, but has a lead. Defending the pros on today's show. Bowling Perfect Game. Everyone in America can receive a free game of bowling courtesy of Go Bowling. To pre-register, visit GoBowling.com and sign up for the Go Bowling Free America promotion. Not this match.
Nope, won't be this one.
Fourth for Sherman, works on a spare. On the ball.
One of the interesting things, because of the format, the back-to-back shows that we have going on, is normally you run the lanes, they sit for 20 minutes. In this case, you run them, they sit for 3-4 minutes, then they practice on them right away. I believe they're using Glide oil today. Lanes haven't sat very long. The lanes are traveling faster. And the rev race, there's nobody really developing the right that much. So lanes are going to be trickier here for a little while.
Belmonte cuts to a 1-pin deficit. Got some help.
There we go.
Has the strike.
Take
1-pin match.
Some excellent shot making here early on, these first 4 or 5 frames to kind of overcome. And that's no doubt why they're using urethane, because it blends out the lane as much as possible.
7-time player of the year, last time in 2020. Rookie of the year. Along with the guy to my right, Chris Barnes, TJ, Tommy Jones, EJ Tackett, Mike Albee to win both PBA Player of the Year and Rookie of the Year in one career. Good job, CB.
Once upon a time.
You're still great. Belmonte trying to regain the greatness of all those accolades we've listed.
Big break there with the trip 4.
Nice shot, strike, and a lead in the 5th.
Here you go. You can see it this time. Up 8. It was a little up the lane, not quite as left to right through the front. Very fortunate that that ball laid off there and then tripped the 4 on top of it. temporarily takes the lead.
Let's get right back here in the fifth. Wow. No bucket. 2-5 stands.
That's actually pretty good.
I was going to say that looked really good off his hand too, and it got about the 30-foot mark and it just pushed. When a ball hits that much of the head pin and doesn't touch the 5, it's not hooking down lane hardly at all.
47th for Kyle on the points list entering this week in suburban Minneapolis. Top 10 Roth Holman doubles in Portland, Maine with his buddy and YouTube creator Brad Miller. Tied for 9th. Has a spare. So he with danger a bit there.
A bit, for sure.
10th at the Ohio Classic in Columbus, 14th New York Classic, Rochester. 3 events leading up to the TOC.
He's had some very solid finishes. He wasn't that far at one point of making the show in Columbus. Finish was actually, for as close as he was to the show, was quite a bit lower, I believe. And we're starting to see, as he's gotten healthier, he's seeing more of that potential that we've been talking about for 5-6 years.
Sixth frame for Kyle, works on a spare. Okay.
Good shot.
Timeout in Lakeville. Halfway home for a semifinal on CBS Sports Network. The World Series of Bowling rolls on. It's Belmonte, it's Sherman. In the first semi, winner to the championship round. We'll have a race to 2 title tilt. All coming up from WSOB 17. All right, TV, take a look at the Bowl TV highlights last night Cheetah Championship. Packy Hanrahan, 3rd career PBA Tour title. Dominated the bracket in the Cheetah. Race to 2 championship match with Matt Sanders. The sweep, 237, 192, 265, 227. Pumped up Packy. His family here. Dad, also Packy. Mom is here. Happy Mother's Day to moms out there for sure. Broadcast schedule. Event champion. So the Cheetah goes to Packy. Chameleon determined tonight here on CBS Sports Network. Then Scorpion Shark. Kyle Sherman is in on the Shark show as well. All roads lead to Thunderbolt, Allen Park, Michigan, outside Detroit. For the World Championship on June 13th on CBS Sports Network. First round, and then on CBS and streaming live on Paramount Plus for the World Championship in 2026. Now the break, Belmo by 9. 6th frame for a 19-pin lead. Yes!
Wow.
3-6-10 no longer. How about the strike?
Houdini brother.
I mean, I like that one too.
He might have liked it, but it was left to target.
Move one board.
Yeah, his shot before was up 8-9. That was a 10-11. Now, he might have moved left after that so that he could catch a little more, but that picked up in the front. The good news for him is he could probably move another 3 to 4 if he wants and get in the part of the lane where he's really, really good with urethane and feel like he's not trapped in the front.
7th frame, 5-bagger, 29-pin lead on the line. Good shot,
Wow.
10-pin.
Yeah, excellent shot behind it. The bad news for Sherman is he loses 10 more pins on the order of it.
Oh my goodness.
My goodness me.
I can't believe
How
what I just
does
saw.
that?
A missed 10-pin for Belmont. And it's so interesting,
Wow.
Chris, we talked about distractions. You brought that up earlier at the beginning of this match. Here's the missed 10-pin. He told us pre-match, occasionally it's happened this year to him, where something will happen just off one of his lanes. He gets distracted. It was before he could overcome all that.
Well,
Not quite happening anymore.
yeah, some of the things when you mature, your focus sharpens, but you are open sometimes to more distractions than before. Good
Seventh frame here.
hyper-focus.
Partner for Sherman and a lead. Got it.
Great
Takes
shot.
advantage of the missed 10 pin in the open frame for Belmonte.
And this thing completely flips. Belmo's that close to going up by, I guess it was 20 plus. Now he's down 6. One shot later. Last shot kind of spun by it just a little bit. Looks like he gets a little bit more of a handful. Makes sure that it picks up in that 25 to 28 foot range so it can't get down into that jet wash of carry down from the urethane.
Top 10, the Pilgrims PBA Ohio Classic in Columbus. Best so far for Kyle Sherman. Max scores. Wow. The script has been flipped here. Late going. Semifinal number 1. 8 to go by 14. Oh. Bucket leave.
Really?
Match shifts again.
I'm pretty sure he thought that was going to hit the pocket, and then it ends up being 6 on top of it. He gets really hurt on the count here, and with a very difficult spare. This lane all the way through is hooked earlier and then a little tighter down lane. He's not even going to opt to hook at it. He's going to throw the spare ball.
Oh, getting lucky.
Not lucky. 5 stands on the bucket. And the match shifts dramatically again. When Kyle had the upper hand after Belmo's open, now Belmo's up 12. A roller coaster match here in semi number 1. What's happening here, Chris?
Well, we're just seeing a ton of transition is what's going on. We talked about that when the lanes don't sit a long time, we flip to a 3-1 favorite now. The ball travels down lane so much faster.
All right, Belmo looking for the bounce back. That was a bit off target, 2 pin.
I really think that's closer to the shot that he struck on back in the 4th frame, but it was firmer. And it's because the other shot actually hooked early. And it's just because it was in. That was at 7-8. It might have been a board right of what he was really trying to do. Difference between Kyle and Belmo there is Belmo leaves a relatively easy single pin versus leaving the bucket.
Does have the mark. Retains the lead. To his foundational frame, works on a spare. Late open for Kyle is a disaster.
See Kyle standing up in the back there. Normally players do sit down, but
trying to keep that back loose.
yeah, when you have back trouble, sitting is one of the worst things you can do. So he's asked for and received permission to. Stand and stay still. Big shot here.
Wow.
Great shot.
Tattoos the rack. Wow. Power through the 1-3 pocket. 60 feet to success. Belmonte, huge strike.
Well, he leaves his own destiny in his own hands now, but he has to go back to the lane that he struggled on. Before the match started, that seemed like the right choice, the smart choice to finish on that right lane, but it's become a little bit of a mess for him. Cal now really in a must-strike situation. He can strike out for 214. If he does strike the 9th, 10th, and 11th, he would force Belmo to get the first one at least.
Oh, Brooklyn?
9 for Sherman. Way high. This crosses over for a runaway Brooklyn.
he's trying to
Strike does not. 6 up.
Again, it's what I used to call high school, when you let the left lane, the one lane carry over to the next lane. Throws a decent shot on the one lane, it wiggles, he leaves the bucket. You try and make it hook on the lane you don't need to make it hook on. That time it got in front of it, never got it to his break point. there. They need to all three in the 10th to make Belmo 9 spare 9 to win.
Fish it.
Or any spare 9 just to fill 19.
Cobby 11 seed Shark Championship. Ronnie Russell's the top seed. That's coming up later at the World Series of Bowling. Saw the stats pop up, provided by Lane Talk. All the information you could possibly want. Download the Lane Talk app and see how your game stacks up against the best. LaneTalk.com.
With a little.
Sherman, 4-pin.
God dang it, Kyle.
The lane just traveled a little bit too far. I actually thought that was a pretty good shot. Urethane exacerbates carry down tremendously, as anyone bowling in tournaments and followed one knows. It's really easy to sit in my seat and second guess or whatever, but you have a couple options in this case. You can loft the front, which some guys do to eliminate that early hook spot. Saves a little energy and rolls through there. Or you move left and you slow down, but you have to be quite a bit slower to let it roll through that puddle that's behind the hook in the front, which I expect Belmonte to do moving forward.
Kyle needed to create some strikes in the 10th frame. Make Belmont show up.
Well, now on the strike, we'll need 9 total in 2 shots.
Somehow I think he managed that.
Great shot.
There's that strike.
Yeah.
Perfect ball there. 193 for Kyle Sherman in his 3rd match. 244 and 206 in his wins over Woodard and Jacob Buttriff. Belmonte needs 9. Nine for the win.
Trouble.
Wait.
Now it hooks.
Seven. 6-7 split. Just needs 2. Total of 9. For 7, has that, does have the win, but it wasn't easy. Little drama at the end, and a 1-pin win for Belmo
Not a great game.
Just
in the
enough.
semis. Goodness, that was interesting.
Very fortunate that wasn't a Greek church or a big 4 that would have been devastating right there. He's got some big decisions to make going into that final match, as what he's doing right now will probably not be good enough.
So Belmo by 1 over Sherman is through to the championship race, the 2 match. Santtu Tahvanainen against Darren Tang next. In the 2nd semi, it's on the way from Lakeville. Jason Belmonte, 215, 194 games. The second, a 1-pin win over Kyle Sherman, the 5th seed, battling the back injury. Joined now by Chris Barnes.
Well, I'm here with Kyle, and you had some issues today. You came in, you said at one point, I'm just going to throw 10 shots and get out of here. It turned into a lot more than that. How do you feel?
I'm ready to be done bowling. But no, it was good. You know, I tried my best. Didn't really have a whole lot of power behind it today. Just tried to kind of keep it around second arrow up the lane, and we almost got there.
How did things change between match 1 and then match 2 and then match 3?
Yeah, they were tighter. I was able to kind of get my urethane to come off of it. And that last match, I couldn't as well. I tried to pull the savvy veteran move, letting Belmo wait a little bit there, the little re-rack, because, you know, he might be nervous. Almost got him. But no, he bowled great. Good luck to him in the finals, and hopefully we can get this back ready for Shark.
That's right. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right, a couple of broadcasters. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Kyle. Well done by Kyle Sherman. Best finish of the year. Darren Tang take the two-handed act head-to-head with Santtu Tahvanainen. Coming up next, practice continues here in Lakeville. Second semi on the way to see who takes on Belmonte in the race to 2 to win the Chameleon Championship. Packed house. Lucky Strike Lakeville, Minnesota. Dave, Chris, our entire crew. World Series of Bowling 17 rolls on here on CBS Sports Network. A bowling bonanza. Taking over CBSSN. 4 days and nights. 20 hours of coverage. 8 champions to be crowned. Second on the PBA Tour side. Here tonight. Belmonte is through. 1-pin win over Kyle Sherman in the semis. Now it's Santtu Tahvanainen from Finland against Darren Tang from Las Vegas. Mike takes on Belmonte in the race to 2. Got the pins set, re-racked here, and spotted and ready to go. Just 28 years old, trying for a second title. Bernard, Jason Sterner. Ring and 10 pin to start for Santtu.
I think he's actually pretty pleased about that. He thought that was too far right and was going to break loose and hit the 3-pin and actually got back to the pocket. Bad news was a ring and 10.
Saw it first 2 games, 232, 245 for Santtu. Watch out, wasn't ready yet.
Well, fortunately, he's going to get another swing at that one.
Little by little.
We'll get this straightened out, Chris.
Yeah, certainly. That lane every time, the first frame, it has swept the spare off. I don't really know why. That's a pretty unique situation, but in this case,
he might have missed it anyway. I think it was going to the channel.
Except he had obviously a distraction. But
the rack coming down there, it's not easy. But okay, we'll get this all respotted, redone, and he'll have his 10 pin. That was wacky. While we have a moment, Chris, weekday morning, 6 Eastern on CBS Sports Network. Don't miss the epic duo of former quarterback Boomer Esiason and Greg Giannotti discussing the hottest topics in sports. Boomer and Gio.
Great show.
It's an awesome show. Great way to start your day.
Yeah, we're going to wait for the respot. It's interference in this case because the rack came down and the ball, even though in this case it would have hit the gutter.
Let's check it out again.
Yeah, and obviously you can see partway down. Well, see from the back, but this was happening as he was throwing it, and so obviously well down before that. There's a visual distraction element of it too that's just a more difficult thing to police, but the fact the rack was in the way made it impossible to make it either way. So
all right, there's a 10 pin. Been respotted. It is an interesting break for Santtu. Have to wait quite a while to shoot this important spare.
Well, the last 10 pin he missed left. And I'm going to assume that was a pretty big distraction, but that was going to miss to the right.
Job well done, Santtu, after all that. He's now 4-4 in his career on TV. He's a delightful young man. He's so fun to talk to.
Probably from Hughes' viewpoint, worth the wait.
As long as you make it. Sure is.
Right?
All right. Well, Vegas also bidding for a second title here at Chameleon.
Going with the concept again, same as he did in his last match.
Semifinal starts for Darren Tang. Allow target 2-pin.
About an arrow further right, though, which would make sense. There hasn't been nearly as much play. A match and a practice session less, I believe. At least the second match would have had 3 games on it before he got to it.
Am I good? Is it going to rack?
Good question.
It's fair, but it's only happened on the left lane. I think he's safe.
We've had a few issues.
There we go.
Good
It's
on the
now
mark.
1 for 5 now. It's 2 for 5. Yeah.
I'll get my mulligan later.
Take
right?
a look at Darren's arsenal here. Furcox at the top. Concept, his least hooking of the balls there. At 5.0, and he's just using that for control. Doesn't flare very much, so it's going to allow him to keep his angles straighter through the front.
His second frame in the semis. Nice shot trip 10-pin.
In that case, it was, gave him a little trip 4 there and a shot that was inside a target. Nice look overhead. Crosses 18th arrows just on the right side of that tracer down lane. Needs to probably get it to 7-8.
4 on the 10 got tripped up, didn't it? Santtu, nice. On the money.
Really good shot there. He's got the most varied strike music of any of the players.
Create a playlist. Check his arsenal, CB.
Covert VIP is Evoke Hysteria, which I believe is what he's using on the left lane. And then the Super Rally, I believe, he's using on the right lane.
Big hook. Man. Great ball reaction.
He is so strong.
This is.
Big paw.
Rushes for 1-3 pocket, all 10 down. I want a 10-pin lead.
This one goes way around the tracer down there. Still going to the right, as a matter of fact, when it's at that tracer and already right of it. It's behind it and then faces up, goes to the pins perfect.
Tang, the 2 seed. Comes in high, pays the price. 3, 6, 7, 10 split.
Player looks at the lane like that, it's because he's a little confused at what and where it's hooking at right now. Let's see, 2 and the 4 just fall dead sideways. Nothing takes out the 7. You've seen players try and hook it at the 3, 6, 10 with not much luck. Almost everything's got the 6-pin has stayed there, so he's just going with the spare ball.
Have it. Kick the cross lane, 7-pin stands though.
Big early advantage to Santtu.
Tough conversion on that split, so third frame open. Down 22.
Another ball change here. Going to the ball that was top on his list of strength, now for Crux.
See if it pays off for him. 10-pin.
He thought that was in and it pushed across the head pin. Kind of good news. I think he's still a little unclear about what and where some of these shots are going to do. It makes it very tough to commit when you don't see the picture clearly.
Cross lane has the single pin spare conversion. That's a 10. The hole with the open frame. Santtu for the turkey. Try to go up by 32 here in the 4th frame. Comes in high, baby split 310.
Yeah, you could hear him groan halfway down the lane. That was inside of target. Could have been a little bit more fortunate, but yeah, he's trying to get it around 18, 19 at the arrows, and that was about 21. Would have rather left the 6 with this. 310, but makes it perfectly because he's great at spares. And
nice cover there, baby split 310. 2022 PBA Rookie of the Year. Missed the entire season with a knee injury in 2024. Win probability stats.
Wow.
Currently heavily favoring the
4.5
star
to 1.
Finland.
Little moments like that get overlooked. It's just making a 310, but it's worth another double later on.
Good shot, no break, 10 pin.
This time I wait for a second.
This time I wait for a second. I don't know if Belmo will laugh, but this is a pretty good shot, but he didn't put quite the big paw on this one like he did the last one. Little soft 10.
Okay with that one.
Filling frames.
And staying clean, that's all that matters.
Well, and right now with Darren's look, I mean, I'm just judging body language, but doesn't seem super sure of what and when, or what distance his ball is going to hook. So this shot will tell you a lot about what the rest of the game is going to look like for Darren.
Trying to make a 5-year streak without a title.
It's not a good shot.
Big shot, didn't like it. Runaway Brooklyn misses the head pin and the 1-3. Wow, way wide left.
Yeah, this just goes back to what I was talking about. When you're not seeing the picture clearly, when you're not really, you're just unable to commit to what you're trying to accomplish. And he looks like he's standing further right on that right lane, so something about us telling me it's quite a bit tighter for him. Not when you miss that far left. Yikes.
Does cover, but still down 21 pins. A big miss on his first shot in 5th. One strike of the match, the second frame for Darren. 2 strikes, 3 spares for Santtu through 5.
Whoa.
Just the 9.
Pretty fortunate. Again here, he's trying to get it to around 19, 20. And that was about 21, 22.
Way left again.
That's a big miss for someone of this caliber. And he's really just got to clear the picture up and get committed to what's going on.
All right, Chris, 9 pin there. Tang in trouble, Santtu in the driver's seat.
Yes, can Darren make the moves that he needs to make this competitive, or is Santtu going to close him out as bowling takes over CBS Network?
Santtu. It's the last second advice from Tour rep Brett Sprangler. Hits the lanes again. Semifinal number 2. CU takes on Jason Belmonte in the championship match. The race to 2 here from suburban Minneapolis. Out of the break. Works on a spare 6th frame. Up 22 in good shape, but got to seal a deal. Santtu. Oh, what a tough break. It's the 7-10. No.
Well, I was about to say, based off the first half, it's just Santtu's match to win or lose. It's all up to him. It looks like he's just a little bit firm coming out of the break here. You watch the ball get a little behind the head pin. The 5 gets paralyzed instead of going into the 10. Loses some count on top of it.
Man, this is the 10 pin, so that hurts. Count
And that leaves him, effectively another mark in play.
Big shift.
Yeah. There you go, 57-42.
Number is adjusted. 10 pin.
Just a little bit firm too compared to what he was doing earlier. Shots, his hands a little more behind it, a little more up in the air, and it came off of it. It was just a little bit more around it and a little firm, and so it's just getting slightly behind the head pin. That time the 5 nothing gets in the way. It blocks the 5 over, but flat 10, and now all of a sudden, if Darren can find a way to clear the picture up and make some good shots, he can take the lead.
Now the challenge. He met with his trips as well. Commercial break. Long-time member of Team USA.
Back to the concept. Same ball he used before. A little cleaner, won't make his angle so steep.
It's a new match for him. His 7th frame. 7 pin.
Really probably his best shot of the game. Threw that one good, knew where it was going, and could have used a little good fortune to strike there, but just paralleled everything left, got away from the hang to the right that was scaring him, and now using a ball that doesn't make the left so extreme to where it gets away from him and runs away Brooklyn.
Well, it has the mark. Keeps things very interesting here in our second semifinal. Weekdays on CBS Sports Network. CBS HQ Spotlight crew keeps you up to date on all the top stories with highlights and in-depth analysis. Darren told us pre-show he was due to get clicking here on tour. Long wait between titles. Frustrated with his bowling. Chance for redemption here in Minneapolis. Help across the deck for the 10 pin. Down it goes.
Best shot of the game for him. Sign of life. And finally some confidence. Watch the head pin here. Crosses about 18th arrows just around the tracer. Head pin to the wall. Helicoptering around. Gives a little spinning back kick to the back of the head. Bang.
So motion there for Darren. Back to Santtu. Cross and over. 6 pin for Santtu. Darren went to the two-handed style after last year's 2025 U.S. Open. Was not pleased with the way things are going. I feel like this World Series of bowling has been a lot about redemption stories and getting back on top. Here's the mark. You saw that on the PBA 50 side with Jason Couch winning today.
Kind of a Bryson DeChambeau type thing where he hit the ball pretty far, but he was 425 rev rate wise. Now he's in the 500s. It just moved into a distance and a power that lets him play with the big boys out here. There's just, that's more what we saw earlier. That was more aggressive. It was a little quicker. That one comes off the spot. 212 is his max score. Darren taking a re-rack on this right lane. Max score for Darren, 214. Max score for Santtu, 212.
Could have a fantastic finish here. Second semi as he takes on Jason Belmonte in Race the 2 championship match at Chameleon. Shot of the match for Tang for a lead. 9th frame. Needs it. Yes. He's on top.
It's amazing to watch body language. He stood up that time, and from the jump, as he came up on the approach, he looked like he was sure of where he was going. This shot, 18, right through 7 down lane. shaker. Headpin does all the work. Now he's got ball in hand going the 10th frame, double and 9.
2 strikes and 9 to shut out Santtu on the bench. For the first. Got that, trip 10 pin.
Snaps the 10 out. That's hard sometimes with the urethane balls, or in this case, this lower flaring ball like this. Watch the second pin from the right. Gets in there, digs in, gets out of that flat cutter and snaps the 10 out. Kicks it out the bottom. Huge shot for Darren.
That's what he needs. Anything less than Santtu has a chance in the 10th. Second strike in the 10th frame. No. 2-10 split as well.
Big
so that
there.
Really affects the count.
Now there's the part. 1 here gets him 201, which Santtu, he can't shoot 202. Strike 9 spare would be 201. I think you want to make sure you get the 1 here. As much as it'd be nice to get the spare, get the 1 here and make sure that he has to double to beat you.
2 pin yes, 10 no. 201 is Darren's score in the second semi.
Strike 9 spare is a tie. Double the win.
Looks for the first. Santtu.
Oh.
Darren Tang advances to the championship.
7 pin, and Darren Tang on the bench has got the win. With a 201, he will advance to the championship match. Santtu had to have that strike.
No issues with trust. He got that one to the right, gave it all the business, and it made it back up the hill. With that much power and angle, it's crazy that nothing knocked that 7 pin over. What an incredible move and commitment the last 4 or 5 shots for Darren down the stretch.
201, 192 is the final. Belmonte had a 194 in his semifinal match. Low scoring, grind out, tough bowling here.
Lots more angle.
Minneapolis.
Got all the way out to about the 4th board. This rev rate got it all the way back to the pocket, but just couldn't get the head pin out of the gutter to get the 7.
So the championship match, race to 2, is set. Darren Tang from Las Vegas. Jason Belmonte, the legend from Australia, will go head to head. One bowler wins Chameleon tonight. Welcome to the Go Bowling Halftime Show. Let's flash back March of 2019. Thunderbolt lanes outside Detroit. Jason Belmonte knocks out Jacob Butler at 235, 227, 21st career PBA Tour title, record-breaking 11th major win, surpassing the great Earl Anthony and the great Pete Weber. All roads, as we know, lead to Thunderbolt AMF PBA World Championships outside Detroit, Saturday, June 13th. Belmo, Brandon Bonta, Zach Wilkins, the Canadian star, Jason Sterner we saw on the show here tonight, and Darren Tang about to take on Belmo. He is the 9th seed at the upcoming World Championships. They'll be on that first show. E.J. Tackett trying for a 4th straight World Championship. 200 Chris Pye, who was throwing a 300 game in that building.
Yeah.
Allen Park on TV. Bill O'Neill, Hall of Famer Chris Prather as well, who's won a World Championship as well. What a field coming up. That's in June. This is now, though, Chris. We talk about a great final with Belmo and Darren Tang.
Yeah, how fitting is it that Darren Tang has changed to two-handed, and now to win his first title two-handed, he has to take on the best to ever do it two-handed.
What advice would you give him right now?
That he's got to commit to his process. What he did those last 4 frames was incredible, really. It's really, really difficult to make those kind of changes, commit to it, and then throw a shot like this This is the winning shot for him. This is the one that got him to this spot, and he threw a great one when it mattered. Down the stretch, he was excellent. He's going to need a lot more of those, though, as Belmo is now going to get comfortable, and he's got 2 games to do it. Better bring it all.
Race to 2. Belmo, Tang, to see who wins this year's Chameleon Championship. Will it be Jason Belmonte for a 4th time, his 9th overall World Series of Bowling title? Or will Darren Tang do it here tonight against the legendary 2-hander from down under? Belmo Tang, race to 2 is next from suburban Minneapolis. Welcome back. World Series of Bowling 17 here on CBS Sports Network. One more back to determine who takes home the PBA Tour title in the Chameleon. Belmonte Tang head to head. This is the 12th event of the year. First 11 of the season. There have been a total of 12 different winners, if you include the doubles championship in Portland. It's going to happen again. Another different winner in what's been a wild year on the PBA Tour. Tang gets a starter. Race to 2. Didn't like it. 7-pin.
All right, well.
1 point per win. If you are tied, 9th and 10th frame roll off to determine the champion here tonight. Won the Cheetah last night. Matt Sanders won 2 straight, bowled so well for his 3rd title. Seven-pin for Darren.
Missed a little right on that first shot, was able to get back and get it to the pocket at least, which is probably a little surprising after he 210 on a shot that wasn't as far right as that, the second one in the 10th.
Top seed Jason Belmonte. 215, 194 games so far. This is a race to 2 and his bid for his 33rd career title. And deep. 10-pin.
Making the big move left, going back to reactive, using a Viking now. This is what he did in his first match. But Belmo makes the giant walk left with his 3rd step. Sliding almost 40 now. He's in where Santtu is, or was. A cleaner ball. This is, you know, vintage Belmo over the years. He's able to use that touch, get in there, and use his speed control and repetition to create. Hold with angle, and then use the speed and rev rate to get it back around the corner.
Currently 7th, 32 titles. The great late Mark Roth is 6th with 34. And PB3, Parker Bowman 3rd, 5th with 35 for him. Belmont trying to climb the ladder. Greatness. Second frame. Nice.
It appears to me that he's a little more aggressive on that left lane. He knows it's going to hook back, so speed-wise, he's a little bit higher. Throws it to that spot a little quicker, makes him dance.
Back to Darren, second frame. Okay, good shot.
Normally in a stepladder situation, Darren wouldn't get shots in between as he was the lower seed. Only the higher seeded player gets on. But since this is match play, both players did get practice, so Darren got to experiment, do anything else he wanted to try as well as Belmo, who came back to get ready for this championship match.
Which is very helpful for TV. Up at Rochester, best finish so far this season. That's about to change. Worst he can have is runner-up. Here tonight, Chameleon. Okay. 6-pin late. Well, there's big challenges he told us this week. We're going to translate the power and ball speed from one to two-handed. Your plus. Darren's going with 2. Now against the greatest all-time 2. Tied early. 3 and 10 pin. Good shot.
Okay, another good shot.
Yeah, compared to how he started last match, where he was a little uncomfortable, didn't quite know what to do on this right lane. He's controlling the pocket early. Now he's just got to dial in a little bit. Most likely going to go a couple more left. Throw it a little slower. Just get it to the pocket a little bit differently.
Bonta, Fall, Dombrowski. Simonson, Kent, Kroll. Robarge, Grammer, Chapman, and Wilkins come. Horton and Packer. I mean, it's amazing. All those different winners. Never happened before on the PBA Tour. What do you make of that, Chris?
It's a season of transition. I think it's what's going on. There's a youth movement. There's a power movement. The game is going. If you want to follow like the golf analogy again, where the guys that all hit it further, you're seeing a lot of that. I think it happened with my group back in the late 90s, and you had Houston and Albee and some of those guys in there, and then the younger group starts to push out that group that's been out there for 15 years. And
interesting. Off the re-rack, runaway Brooklyn, 9 pin stand.
That was not a very good shot.
It's been fun to watch. I mean,
yeah,
there's so much change this year.
You know, and you do get to see something. I think it's a little bit disrespectful to some of these trainers. Go, well, it's only power. It's not only power. The thing with the young guys is they're all really good at what they do. They may not be as versatile as a Belmonte or certainly not a Simonson, but they're good, and they hit their target a lot at the things they're best at. And what they're best at is making it hard for some of those old guard, you know, Don Barrett and Tommy Jones. And Bill O'Neill's had a fantastic year, finished the top all year long, but it's making it harder for those guys to make as many shows and to win like they have in the past.
All the different winners in Belmo. Maybe that changes tonight. Not on the list
Right,
yet.
not on the list yet.
Also
or EJ.
That's even more shug.
Oh, boy.
Fourth frame. Liked it. That's why. Up 21. This is a race to 2.
That was left to target. That was oh boy. And as you see, yeah, it just barely clipped the right side of the tracer down there. And he's looking to get at least a board or 2 on the other side of it. Exceptionally good news. That will loosen your swing a touch. See if he can take advantage of it here on this left lane.
Win probability way up there for DT for now. Looks for a 4-bagger. 31 pin lead. Yes, trip 10 pin.
Great shot there. See it come out. He's on his hand a long time. Good rotation there. It was a little further right than last one, and it came off the spot closer to Santtu's ball than Darren's. That's a really good one. Taking advantage of a rare Belmonte miscue.
Nine spares, first 4 frames for Belmonte. That's a nice shot. After the 10 pin. Striking the 5th. This could cut it to 21.
Right on cue, slid a couple further left. Watch here. And around 40 that time. Just got at that spot a little later with a little less speed. Snaps the 10 out.
Lost to the 3rd seed, Andrew Anderson, at the TOC. Outside Akron this year.
Okay.
That was match 2. Beat Brandon Bonta, the star rookie, in the first match. He was the 5 seed that day, trying for his 5th TOC. 6 to cut to 21. Oh my goodness, 7-10 split.
Okay, that was a good one there.
Ouch.
Yeah, now he has a couple of options here. You can either do the same thing where he moves a couple more left on that lane. He's already left sliding left to where he is on the right lane, and throw it slower. But if Darren throws 2 more strikes, he'll probably just make a ball change and look for something better for match 2 for the second game.
In the record book?
7-10.
Nope.
Just a 7, not the 10. Here, impossible make. And look at that, Belmo in a 43-pin hole here in the first match, the race to 2 championship matchup, head-to-head with Darren Tang. Two-hander against two-hander in mini. Nine spare and then a 4-bagger for Darren Tang here at the Chameleon Championship. They've run alongside the Hall of Famer Chris Barnes, our entire crew. Final match, race to 2 for the Chameleon title here at the World Series of Bowling. Day and night 2. Big shot out of the break. Go by 53 on Belmo, does it? Wow. Locked in.
Yeah, great shot coming out of the break. It's always hard to regain that intensity and level that you were feeling before right after, and that's what you have to do when you're bowling the greatest.
You got to be great, Chris.
You got to have your own moments. Got to show your own.
It's a big shot. 5-bagger, 53-pin lead. Blowing the doors off of Belmo in game 1.
Ooh, give me 1.
Brooklyn, why not?
Careful what you ask for. You might get it in a time you don't need it. Well, very fortunate. Left to target.
So Belmo in a lot of trouble, down 63. 2-pin there.
The one thing that double does is let Belmo basically experiment for the rest of this game.
To start off a little thinner.
Total pins don't matter, so he's just got to find a way to win game 2.
At what point do you think about game 2?
Take me another
Now.
shot, yeah.
Already
Yeah,
planning things out.
217's is high. It's max score, and Darren's on 250 pace already. And that's 10 boards right with his feet. Looking to tighten his angles up. So he's going to look at
Had
different.
more than 4 shots, I would have looked.
Oh, there you go. And I was wrong. Belmo only got 4 shots when he came back, and Darren did not get any shots in there because he just bowled. So.
Go up by 73. That's high. 3-6-10. He told us this week, the last few years, he gave himself a D+. I like to ask the bowlers, grade would give yourself. So just, I've been so disappointed. Then the transition from 1 to 2-handed makes some noise late in this season. All of a sudden, he's on the show here at Chameleon. And man, what a story here today. Does cover. That's a little great.
It is a difficult process because you do have touch and feel that's built into your game over years. But by switching the process like that, you don't have those. You don't have that recall. You don't have that built-in hundreds of thousands of shots. And so it can be difficult when you're playing against the best in the world and you don't have some of the minutia. When carry's not quite right.
To his ninth. Whoa, it's way wide right in the 1-2. So
just a bit outside.
That missed everything. The game is over. It'll be a little worrisome for game 2.
Yeah, he'd like to throw that one a little bit better since it's his last shot. I think it's very likely here. He's just going to, I mean, he'll just line up again. It doesn't matter if he makes it or not. That was an ion pro, so that was a reactive ball just to see what it would look like. And much like his other reactive ball, it hooked a lot in the middle of the lane.
Almost over here in game 1. Legendary Jason Belmonte does strike.
With him sliding 40 to 28 there. So 12 right with his feet, probably 7 right with his eyes. Go into 17 now, trying to keep it a little more in front of him. Use some of that hold that Kyle may have built in there in that first match. And Belmo as well, but they're both throwing urethane.
Title for Belmo last year, none this year.
Now that was a little further left. That was somewhere in between the two. So he's experimenting around with which thing he wants to do, which one looks better, goes through the pins better, and probably balancing that out with what he thinks he can repeat the best.
All looking for game 2. His 32nd title, Ralph Holman doubles with Bill O'Neill. Top seeds, and 210, 169 for DJ Archer and Sean Mulder. Last time he won.
This is the firmer option, a little closer to it.
Okay.
So,
testing, experimenting for the second game.
Yeah, it looks like he doesn't want to change balls. This is the one he's going to go with, so he's just going to find what's the best thing. And he's not a guy that flips around a lot of different balls in general. Finds the balls that he likes, he uses them over and over, and it makes them work. On the strike, you have 217. That'll require Tang to get 2 on his first ball in the 10th. Feel fairly confident that's within his grasp.
Hook from there.
So that's what he's going to go with. He went through the couple different options. You get to say most likely what he does on the fill ball as long as it looked good. And like that was right of his target just a little bit and came back. So again, Darren's going to try a reactive ball here.
It's 2 pins officially to wrap this up and win the first game. Just to keep on the lane, which he'll do. Get 6 and wrap up game 1 in the race to 2.
Somewhat important spare just because he gets another basically practice shot.
Fill ball, that 1 extra shot in the 10th, and it is a strike. Leading us to game 2. Game 1 goes to Darren Tang, 241-217. Belmonte tries to stay alive next. Welcome back to World Series of Bowling 17 Chameleon Championship from Lucky Strike Lakeville, Minnesota. Moments from Minneapolis. We wrap up tonight, Chris. We're only halfway home because we continue tomorrow on CBS Sports Network. New time, though, 6 Eastern. PBA 50 Petraglia Championship, 3rd of 4 PBA 50 titles to be determined. Then the Scorpion Championship match and match play leading us to the finals at 9 Eastern. So new times tomorrow, 6, 7, and 9 Eastern time. The top seed of the Scorpion Championship, Canadian star Zach Wilkins has a title this year. Chris Fye, E.J. Tackett are 2 and 3 seeds. Jesper Svensson, Grant Fawn that show. Hall of Famer Sean Rash, Chris Prather, see Santtu again, and Darren again is the 12 seed. That's tomorrow. This is now game 2. Belmo, some loft. Missed the target.
Jesus, bloody
6-9.
All right.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty disappointing to him. His last shot, he got it quite a bit further right, and it made it back from a spot that's a surprise, and that was just left of everything from the moment it was off his hand. It shows you even the world's greatest major titleist coming out of those commercial breaks sometimes just doesn't make his best one.
That's okay. We'll take that as a start.
All right, so Belmo's going to deal with that. Early opening, just like that on the bench for Tang. 3 times second place. Does not want to make that a 4th here tonight. The luxury of the 1-0 lead for Tang. Nice shot to a 10-pin.
Yeah, it's a bit of a free roll because he knows he's going to get into at least a roll-off, but I don't know if anyone really wants to go up against Belmo in a 2-frame match with him on the momentum. So, as the adage goes, you want to beat the best, you got to beat the best. And he's bowling the best 2-hander of all time, and
this is a race to 2 CB. 1 point already for Tang. Belmo's got to win this second game to force the 9th, 10th frame roll-off to determine the winner.
Do it.
Here's Darren. Talking to it. It listens.
this is when the players have to dig deep. They've bowled 66 games already of competition, plus practice, and now a couple of practice sessions pre-show. One game for a title. 1 game and 2 frames for Belmo.
Comes in high, pays the price. 3, 6,
now
7,
hooks.
10 split.
Okay.
Early disaster for Belmonte.
All right.
Yeah, this one surprises him here. The last shot was inside a target. I think that was pretty close there, and it bit up about 4 feet early on the lane. 3, 6, 9, 10. This is going to be a tricky one. Everyone that's hooked urethane at this has missed the 3-pin.
Almost,
All right.
but not the 7-pin. Open frame,
Well, he did throw
25-pin
another ball
deficit
for a
now
reason.
for Belmonte. Darren Tang must be saying, thank you. He's got the first 2, and now Belmo has the open.
Now he's going to a rock star. He did throw this the first ball in the 10th. But just that quickly, we've gotten to really the desperation stage. You can't wait any longer with Darren's quick start.
His 3rd. That's high.
And now that hook.
3, 6, 10. Unable to command the hook.
Okay.
Yeah, I think what's happened here is we're having a little bit of transition, and in the break, maybe just a touch softer, but really the lane goes through these different transitions where the oil gets picked up off the lane and then travels. And this is what's happened to everybody that's gotten right to the 3-pin with urethane, is then it doesn't
Miss.
Now
Chris,
we're up
another
against
open frame.
hook. And this is a disaster for Belmo, and a golden opportunity for Darren Tang. If he can step up and throw a couple of really good shots here, can take a complete stranglehold.
Wow. 2 of 3 opens for Belmo to begin game 2. Shocker. Go up by 46 already. And then he has a split.
Just a touch inside, and it looks like he's feeling a little bit of that same transition too. I wouldn't think just Darren by himself throwing a few shots with reactive at the end would have that much impact, but maybe the two of them together, both moving to the right, both laying it down in similar spots, has taken up the little bit of oil there is in this middle part of the lane that's pretty flat.
6, 7, 9, 10. Lot to shoot at. Covers 3. Leads the 4-7. So responds with his own open. All of a sudden, 17. It looked like Darren was going to run away and hide here.
There's a lot of life left now.
Boost of confidence just went right through the Belmonte camp. But still, the win probability numbers heavily in Darren's favor. He responded to the open in the 4th. Pretty well.
Yep.
Tang goes down late.
Really good shot. Hard to see from that angle where the ball went through the arrows, but obviously by the result. It was what he wanted. Here's the key. What's he going to do? This is back to the same ball he threw at the end.
Going back and forth.
It's back to what he did early, where he's sliding 40. Now he's moved left.
Oh, my goodness.
And it hooks as well.
Okay.
It's like him moving to the right, peeled off some oil there, and now everything is hooking more than it was. I expect him to make a giant move left now.
3, 4, 6, 7.
That was like 41, 42. I don't know what he's going to do at the spare, because the one hooked, hit the 3-pin in the face. The next one skidded right by it.
I think we can make it.
Oh boy.
Did not.
Wow.
4-7 up, and incredibly, inexplicably, shockingly, 3 opens for the great Jason Belmonte out of the first 4 frames.
3 slides. He just hits it too
Take a
good.
re-rack.
Literally too good.
He wants to take a re-rack here to
Yeah, this is to
stop
compose
this
himself.
out of control freight train right now. Somehow try to put it back on the tracks.
Now you want to come up with it so hard.
At this point, all his options are spinning through his head. What do I want to do? What do I do? Where's it hooking? This is a monsoon now.
Some time.
This ball hooks less than any of the balls he's thrown so far, so this will be a little smoother off the spot. Probably sliding about the same place, I would guess, and just hope that it doesn't overhook.
Saw the stat pack. No strikes for Belmo here. Game 2. There's one. Finally.
This is a ball I threw a lot in the other center to get to this spot, but that place hooked sooner. See, slides almost 44 there, throws it slower, he crosses the arrows at 26. Gears his speed down, doesn't have to worry about this ball overhooking off the back. Now he's inside of everyone's lines.
All right.
Big shot for Tang.
5th frame here to go up by 39 and a double. So his 4th strike of game 2.
Left.
Almost a split. Just
Very
the 4-pin. That was really close, Chris. To another one.
Yeah, I think he's running some of the same things. He's got a little early hook there. I think he probably did make a little bit of a move, but this isn't, it's just not as far right as he wants. He wants to be on the outside of that tracer. That's on the inside of the tracer. Really fortunate that that's not got a couple of friends on the other side.
Has the mark. Staying clean now, so critical. Up by 29. So Belmo's got 32 titles. Darren's 32 years old.
There you go.
I mean, 1 PBA Tour title. It was 5 years ago in Coldwater, Ohio. Bowlerstore.com Classic for Darren.
One of the toughest centers in America.
Yeah, but wow. It's the year of change in the PBA Tour. That was flirting with disaster as well, 2-pin.
You hear him say that ball's pretty close to done right there. That one got to the right. Now it's starting to, I think it's that early hook, the same thing that Belmos is overhooking off of with a concept and the lack of flare. It means it's burning out a little bit, so he has no energy at the back of the lane. He can either throw it slower and try and make it last for 4 more shots, or make a ball change.
Halfway point, game 2. Darren Tang 1-0 lead already, in control of game 2, trying for his second career PBA Tour title. Can he close out Belmonte? We find out next.
The PBA World Series of Bowling on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by AMF, the home of PBA, where the pros play. Head to amf.com to find a center near you.
One of the all-time greats the sport has ever known, Jason Belmonte is in a heap of trouble down 28 pins, game 2, race the 2 here at the Chameleon. Dave, Chris, our entire crew, wrapping up the second of 4 days and nights of coverage from the World Series of Bowling outside Minneapolis. It's go time for Belmonte.
Jason.
Didn't like it at all. Runaway Brooklyn
No.
does strike. That stopped Williamsburg.
Listen, I understand.
No one has owned World Series of Bowling like Belmonte, Chris. 3 world championships. Chameleon 3 times. 8 in all. EJ Tackett about to bid for his 4th straight world championship this year in Allen Park, Michigan.
So let's get through it.
That shot right there might give him a chance for another one.
Not over yet. 7th frame. Got to 8.
What? So much faster than the last one.
10.
Single.
Split, Chris.
He
What
just-
happened?
He just forced it over there. It's so much human nature. The last shot's up the lane. You try and make sure you push it there, but then you muscle push it there, not just let it flow. By doing that, he shoots it long. It's about 3 feet past the break point. And he has paid the price on virtually every other shot except for that Brooklyn.
3 opens already. And now this split. Got it! What a conversion to keep alive in game 2. That was an incredible shot.
I mean, it's been a disaster. It's still 21 pins. And if Darren can't find a way to throw a double here, he's going to be in play at some point.
Potential match saver, CB. That was incredible.
Now, what's Darren going to do? He's staying with the concept. This is his control ball.
Enormous shot to stay in front. Nicely done.
Left and slower. He just moved away from the spot a little bit and just fed it there. There you go. Almost like a 2-0 move. It wasn't any further left at the arrows, but his feet were a couple more left. Fed it, got it to 9 around that tracer. And that's 10 back.
Dad Thomas is here, Mom Tracy, girlfriend Jana, family friend Frankie, business partner Tim.
Shot of the match for him right here.
All watching closely. Huge shot. Comes high. 3-6. Not done yet.
That is the problem, though. Even though his rev rate is a lot higher than it used to be, he's running into all the traffic of Santtu and Belmonte over the last several games.
That's the mark. 21 pin advantage Coming off that incredible split conversion in the 7th. Works on a spare.
If we're going to do something a little aggressive here. I'm thinking if we get this right.
I think this is a big move left and slow. This is going to be slide around 45 or 47, lofted, playing about 27 or 28 the arrows.
Lots of loft. Strike.
Or 30.
Yeah. Big move. Huge strike on the board in the 8th for Belmonte.
Yeah, slid about 46, 47. No, right around 28, 29. Touched the back into that strip there. Just got inside of all the lines. And found some hold.
Calls for a re-rack.
At this point, he needs them all.
Foundation frame coming up.
Yeah.
Hardball. I'll do me. You do you.
His shot of the match. Loft again. Belmonte misses the target 3-6.
That lane just hooks more in the mid lane.
Damn it.
Looked like 2 to 3 further left with his feet there. It was everything he was trying to do. It just didn't push across the middle.
You did not do you.
No?
You did not do you.
Okay, so he was trying to push a little further across then.
Oh, you can make it.
He does cover, but he had a strike there in the 9th. Tang can see the finish line. Up 21, 9th frame, works on a spare.
Max score 179 for Belmonte.
A couple more good ones.
Exactly.
There's Tang.
Left.
Oh no! 4-7-10 split. Hang on a moment.
Game.
Count's not huge here where the gap is necessarily, but it's gonna come down to this. If Darren doesn't double in the 10th, Belmonte's gonna have an opportunity. And circles are winning the tic-tac-toe game right now.
That's a lot of opens. 2 strikes and 4. Looking for the first. No. Wow. 2-pin.
And that was really close to a 210, which would have meant Belmonte could have caught up in the 10th and only needed a mark.
So no shot out of Belmonte yet.
Nope, he's got life. The only good news for Jason is he has thrown a strike on this left lane with his latest move. So.
Tony, can I have a re-rack, please?
Red call here by Tang.
A strike here will mean Jason will need double and 8.
So once again, we will see the great Jason Belmonte step up in the 10th with a chance.
Probably just needs to go a couple left and slower, but it's really easy to say that when your adrenaline's sitting on the couch and not standing in front of the TV lights. It's just a better shot. Got that one off of it. So 176. Could that be enough to take down the greatest major champion of all time?
We're about to find out, partner. Two strikes and 8. He'll win game 2. Force a 9th, 10th frame roll off.
There it is.
He's got to have it. Belmo doesn't get it. 2-8 and Darren Tang on the bench has won it. Darren Tang takes home the 2026 Chameleon Championship. Second career title. Big hug from mom, Tracy, on Mother's Day. What a present for her. Dad Thomas. The celebration for Darren Tang. A PBA Tour champion once again. Against the greatest two-hander of all time. And Belmo's wait for the title will continue. 176, 167. And time for Darren to raise the trophy again. The 5-year wait is over for Darren Tang from Las Vegas. Got a new PBA Tour champion.
Thanks, man.
And what's been a wild 2026 season.
Congrats.
Bruce Pye, Chris Prather, some of the big names of the sport helped Darren celebrate. Belmo had to have it in the 10th. The double wood. Done deal. And Belmonte denied his 33rd career title. Chris and Darren. Go ahead, guys.
I'm here with Darren Tang. It's been 5 years since your last win. You've gone through a few changes since then. We mentioned earlier that how ironic for you to switch to two-handed and for you to win your first title two-handed, you had to beat the best two-hander of all time. How do you feel right now?
Barney, I can't. I'm choked up. I mean, my family's here. My girlfriend's here. Family's here. It means everything. But be able to bowl against the greatest of all time, in my opinion, for my first two-handed title, it just doesn't get better.
What was going through your mind there at the end? The lanes went through a huge transition. You had to make some changes. What did you do and what were you thinking?
Yeah, I was just trying to make the best shots possible, stay in the moment. As you probably know, it gets ahead of you a little too quick sometimes. I started thinking about this, that, but I just tried to keep myself grounded. And Belma had a rough start. I just tried to make some good shots down the stretch, and I mean, they got ugly.
So you told Dave earlier that you ranked yourself around D plus so far for this year. How's it feel now?
Oh, no. I said that it was like an A, relatively speaking, A plus for the year.
Oh, okay.
Based on how it's gone performance-wise and expectations, it was more the spare shooting than anything, but yeah.
Well, congratulations. You're 2026 Chameleon champion. Well done, brother.
Thank you.
Chris, it's an A+ now, that's for sure. It's time to celebrate again with his family. Wow. And mom, Tracy, on Mother's Day gets to hold the trophy. That's pretty cool. Here tonight in suburban Minneapolis. Wow. What a moment. High fives all around for Darren Tang. His second career PBA Tour title comes tonight.